Hello and welcome into the Stars and Pars podcast with your host, Evan Engel. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, and we have literally 6 tournaments to cover today. There's going to be a lot packed into this one. I'm going to try to make it as fast as possible because I know I've been keeping these a little longer than I'd like to recently, but regardless, we're here today. Lots to cover, lots to recap from last week. We got 2 outright winners, almost 3. I'll talk about that in a second. But before we do get into this, if you haven't already and you're a fan of this show, please like, follow, subscribe on YouTube. Follow and give me a 5-star rating, please, on Spotify. That really helps the podcast grow. Steadily, we've been gaining, subscribers every single week, and not that I'm trying to make this blow up out of nowhere, but the steady growth has been very positive, and it's been nice to have some reaffirmation, I guess, of this what I'm doing. There's some method to the madness, and it's working. I mean, this is already the 7th outright I've had this year. Granted, I do obviously take a decent amount of players, about 10% of the field every week. Some more, sometimes less. But regardless, I'm up big profit so far this year, and I hope anyone who's tailed is as well. And we're just looking to keep it going. So thank you all for joining. If this is your first time ever listening, this is the show where golf betting meets astrology. I make all my picks literally using astrology. I break down players' birth charts every single week and compare it to the actual transits going on in the sky. And in something in astrology, there's called the 10th house of career and public reputation. And that's what I have noticed the pattern of most players winning every single week. There's some sort of 10th house correlation between their chart and what's going on in the sky. And it's kind of eerily spot on. So obviously we don't hit all of them. We don't get it all right. And there's so many names to, research, and not all of these players have their full birth charts online, so that makes it a little tricky too. But regardless, there is enough in at least knowing the birthday of the player to have an idea of potentially how they could play. So that being said, you'll catch on if you're new. If you are a recurring listener, you already know the drill. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about last week real quick, because we got, like I said, 6 freaking tournaments to get through. All right, last week, Corn Ferry Tour. None of our guys won because I only took 3 guys, and I really did not spend more than literally 10 minutes researching that, so whatever. We move on. LPGA, we lost by 1. We had Austin Kim, who's been killing it the last few weeks. She lost by a stroke to Hannah Green, whose chart I'll go over after I recap all of this stuff. I did not have Hannah Green. She had Taurus in her chart, and that was not what we were looking for last week. We were after Leo stuff, and that's what Austin Kim's chart was basically. So I'll explain why I think Hannah Green won in a second, but regardless, we still got Miyu Yamashita at plus 168 in the top 10. So that cash, granted, it was a push, whatever. I count it as a W. And then we also hit Andrea Lee in the top 20 at plus 110. So that was that. That's all I really got from LPGA. So lost pretty much on that one. But for the second week in a row, ladies and gentlemen, on the Stars and Pars podcast, we got the same winner on the DP World Tour in Casey Jarvis. We got him at plus 2,400 last week. They lowered his number after he won the week before. And with a Leo, Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Cancer, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aries, Midheaven, Pisces, Mars chart, it was so blatant that I was like, dude, you can't, he's gonna keep playing well. And I not that I didn't think he could win, obviously I took him, but it's hard to win back-to-back any given week on any tour, and he freaking did it. So that was a nice hit. Really cool to have the back-to-back both weeks on the show as well. So that pretty much covered all the losses on the LPGA and stuff. And then also we hit Henny Duplessis in the top 10 at plus 205, and also Casey Jarvis in the top 10 at plus 270. So both those cashed. We had Antoine Rosner in the top 20 at plus 190, but he was off by 1 stroke, so that was a bummer. But we did hit Callum Hill in the top 30 at plus 150. And also Freddie Schott had a killer Sunday. I think he finished T13 or something like that. But we took him top 40 at plus 174, so that was an easy winner at the end of Sunday. And then I did take a double chance bet, Jaden Shaper or Casey Jarvis to win it at plus 750. So that was also a little bonus to go with the other hits we got on the DP World Tour. So definitely in the profit after that one. And then we weren't done, because on Sunday, after the collapse of a lifetime, poor Shane Lowry, who I'll talk about again in a second, he just couldn't keep it together. Nico Echevarría, who we took on the show at plus 5,900, came through, steadied the whole tournament. He looked good. He wasn't doing any big mistakes, and he was putting really well. He had the speed locked in, but he was a Leo Sun, Mercury in midheaven, Cancer Moon, Scorpio rising. That was the big career house sign last week. With Gemini Mars, Gemini all month long is lit up career-wise by the Pisces Sun and all the other Pisces in the sky right now. So Nico at plus 5,900 just took us straight up into the profit for the whole week, despite all the other, players I took that didn't go through. But when you spread your units wisely, you can get the profit. And that's I approach golf betting like roulette. Put a bunch of chips on the table, and if you hit one, you pretty much gain some sort of profit. So you do the math on that one. But the point is we got 2 out of 3 winners, because there's only 3 tournaments last week. Yeah, there's only 3 tournaments. So that was great. And then also Max Homa at plus 235, cash top 20, and also Nico Echevarría, cash top 20 at plus 240. And then top 30, Joel Damon, who also we were on and had a good weekend until Sunday where he couldn't really make a putt. He finished the top 30 at plus 180. So, and then we had Carson Young in the top 40, and he was 1 stroke off of finishing in the top 40. So that was a bummer, but whatever. We still killed it on everything else pretty much. And yeah, but real quick, Hannah Green, I want to talk about her chart, because Taurus was not what I was targeting. Taurus and Leo energy don't get along too well, and we saw that with Shane Lowry, who has like 2 or 3 placements of Taurus in his chart, which is why I was so confused all Sunday long when he was like, especially in the first, I think 9 or 10 or 11 holes, he kept just making these like long putts for par and like chipped in one for birdie and like just kind of getting lucky. I was like, this dude's Irish luck is just it's unbeatable. But I was waiting the whole time. I was waiting. Where's the collapse? I was like, Nico astrologically has the right chart. He's got the right energy. He's playing well. He's just not like making all these insane putts like Lowry was. And then lo and behold, the bear trap got Lowry back-to-back double bogeys, and Nico snuck in that one birdie on that par 317, I think, and then basically just didn't have to blow up on the last hole to win it, and he ended up winning by 2. And so that's where the Taurus Leo stuff, I don't want to say I expected it to happen, but I was just like waiting for like, where is the obstacle going to come, because that's just energetically how it happens. But I felt bad for Lowry. He's a classy guy. He still took the interview afterward. But that's why I stay away from him personally. I just he's not a winner. I mean, he is a winner, but like, I don't know. Lately, it just seems like he just can't get over the finish line. I was on him at the DP World Tour earlier in the year, and he just had to like pretty much par the last hole to win it, and he doubled the last hole. I think he shanked one out of the bunker into the water. I think that's what happened on that tournament. So ever since then, I've just kind of been off Shane, but poor guy. But then Hannah Green won. She was a Sagittarius Sun, Venus in midheaven, which Sag and Pisces season doesn't grow great. And also she's a Taurus Moon, Capricorn Mercury in Jupiter, and a Virgo Mars. A lot of this doesn't make sense, but her rising sign is what makes sense. She's a Pisces rising. So this is like her first house, right? This is like, we're in that time with a lot of Pisces in the sky. So that's where it kind of makes sense. And then obviously, with the Leo, like I was like, how is she playing this well against the Taurus Moon? She's got a Taurus Moon, but her Sagittarius Sun, Venus in midheaven, I'm just gonna say like probably got lit up by that Leo Moon, which are all fire signs. So she wasn't like playing spectacularly on Sunday, but she held it together enough to obviously win by 1. And I'm pretty sure she's won this exact tournament in the past. Maybe that has something to do with it. If that's the case, if she did win, I'm pretty sure she did. I didn't check. So regardless, I'm not too upset about it. And then I do want to talk about the Corn Fairy winner last week, who, again, we were not on, but Alistair Doherty is his name. Pisces Sun, Mercury, and Mars. Cancer Moon, Aries, Venus, Scorpio, Jupiter. That makes 100% sense. He was not on my radar because, again, I did not spend much time going over the KFT guys, but I just really enjoy looking at the charts of who won, and it just makes so much sense. So good for all of them. And now we are going to move on to this week for the 6 tournaments that I mentioned. We're going to start. Well, here, let me talk about this week's transits first, and then we're going to go into probably the KFT first, just because not the KFT. There's another one. All right, long story short, this week, Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, as of now, are all in Pisces. Ton of water, ton of Pisces in the sky. Geminis still receive the career boost from all of that, okay? Now, on Friday, mid-tournament, in all of these tournaments, Venus will enter Aries. Why is this important? Well, Venus, I'm starting to realize, has a lot to play. It holds a lot of weight into who's playing well, I've noticed. Venus is the planet of, like, passion, love, desire, romance, romance. But, like, dude, you have to love what you do, right? Like, these guys have to love playing golf if they're going to do this professionally, right? Obviously they do. But when you're not playing well, your love for the game isn't, like, sparked. And I see it as, like, when Venus is transiting and correlating with something well in a player's chart, it kind of reinvigorates that passion and love of the game. That's how I look at it. And that has a lot to do with someone who's got the will, drive, power to win a tournament. So Venus entering Aries is great for all fire signs because Aries is fire, especially great for Aries. But Aries lights up the career house for Cancer. And Cancer also is a water sign, so Cancer has a good vibe throughout all Pisces season. So, Cancers might have a pretty good look this week, which worries me about Scotty because we're going to get to that eventually. But I don't know if I'm on Scotty this week, but if he wins it, I won't be surprised. I just don't want it. I don't see it right now. I don't know. He let us down big time with the Genesis. I was really big on him, but he seems to be having some other swing issues or something, or just mental issues going on. So regardless, that's all the outer planets, Mercury, Venus. So it's going to be a lot of Pisces, and then Aries hits Venus on Friday. Now the moon is going to be hitting Libra tomorrow, Wednesday, at 10:57 a.m. Pacific time. I go off Pacific time. I'm on the West Coast. So that's important for the LPGA and LIV, which start tomorrow, and the DP World Tour, which starts tomorrow. So it's going to stay in Libra. It's going to hit Libra tomorrow morning, and it's going to stay there all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and all the way until Friday night, actually, at 8:02 p.m. Pacific time, which will be after round 2 of the Puerto Rico and the Arnold Palmer. But that's going to be the third round pretty much for the LPGA and LIV and the DP World Tour. So once it hits that on Friday night, it goes into Scorpio, and it's going to stay there the rest of the weekend. So basically, Libra to Scorpio moon transit, so easy to keep track of for me this week. And then also with all the Pisces, and then Venus and Aries. So all that being said, Gemini still have the career boost all month long, so we're not forgetting about Geminis. But Pisces should have a big week because there's so much Pisces in the sky. And then also, like, when it finishes up on the weekend, it's going to be all water with the one fire sign, Venus and Aries, because of the Scorpio moon, which is also water. So basically, Capricorns get a big boost from the Libra moon, career-wise, and they also vibe really well with Pisces season and Scorpio season. Aquariuses are probably the big winner of the week because they are an air sign like Libra and also get the career boost from the Scorpio moon. So Aquarius is, a lot of my guys and players I have Aquarius in them this week. And then obviously Scorpios, because they're getting their moon sign on top of all the water. Also, Scorpio and Aries are both ruled by Mars, so I think there is a correlation between Scorpio and Aries having mixing transits. And then also Libras, because their Libra moon does come in, and also Libra is opposite Aries, and we talk about opposites a lot here. it does bring out a competitive feel when like your opposite sign is in the sky. So that's just something to pay note of. A lot of different possibilities of who could win it this week, but I really genuinely believe whoever does win should have some sort of Aquarius or Scorpio or Capricorn in their chart. But there's going to be a lot of variance. So that being said, we are going to now finally enter our first tournament of the week. I'm trying to write my timestamps down for you guys so you can scroll through if you don't want to listen to any of this. This is Champions Tour. It's a quick one because I literally have 2 picks. I didn't think too hard about it. But weirdly enough, Zach Johnson is playing on the Champions Tour this week. And the name of the tournament is like, I don't really even know what the full deal is. It's called the James Hardy Pro Football Hall of Fame Invitational. So do what you will with that. But I looked at Stuart Sink. Stuart Sink's he's always the favorite. He's always a threat to win it. And he very well could win it. He's got Gemini in his chart and Cap. But Zach Johnson, like, he's probably the youngest out of all of these guys out there, you know? And I just feel like it might reinvigorate a little bit of passion for him. I don't know if I think maybe he's gonna start playing Champions Tour from now on. I don't really know, but he's in the field and he's plus 600, so I'm taking him. Great chart. Pisces Sun in midheaven, Capricorn Moon, Gemini Rising and Mars, Aquarius Mercury and Venus, and an Aries Jupiter. He's got every single sign we're looking for. The Aquarius Mercury and Venus is what really intrigues me about him, but his Gemini Rising and Mars is career month all month long. Capricorn Moon gets the boost from the Libra Moon career-wise, and Pisces Sun in midheaven. There's so much Pisces in the sky. Zach Johnson I feel like he's going to win the Champions Tour. So I'm going to leave it at that. I did add one more guy just for Scuzz because he's got a good chart too. The other guy I like is Freddie Jacobson at plus 1600. Libra Sun, midheaven and Mercury, Aquarius Moon, Scorpio Rising, Virgo Venus, Pisces Jupiter. He's got the Libra, he's got the Aquarius, he's got the Scorpio. That's all I needed to see. So maybe it'll come down to Zach Johnson's versus Freddie Jacobson on Sunday going into 16, 17, 18. And we'll be sitting pretty either way. So that's all I have for the Champions Tour. Zach Johnson and Freddie Jacobson. We are now going to move on to the LPGA. I'm just going in the order I wrote all this stuff down, by the way, you guys. So let's talk about LPGA now because we're trying to keep this moving. All right. LPGA. This one starts tomorrow. Oh, wait, what? What am I looking at here? What just happened to... Oh, okay. The Champions Tour starts Friday, by the way, so not that that really changes anything, but that's just something I wanted to know real quick. Okay, LPGA. The Blue Bay LPGA, they start tomorrow at about 3:15 Pacific time, okay? So the moon will already be in Libra by this point. So, that being said, the first player I like, I'm going with A. Lim Kim at plus 1175. She's a Libra Sun, Mercury and Venus, Aquarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising and Jupiter, Virgo Midheaven, Scorpio Mars. The Sag Virgo stuff I don't love, but she's got the Libra, she's got the Aquarius, and a Scorpio Mars. Mars is big time for player swings and the physicality of everything, the feel of the game, the touch, the chipping and the putting, all of that. So she's got what we need. And granted, this isn't like the best LPGA field. A lot of the big time players are not playing, but I think in this field, Alim Kim definitely has a say in it. Okay. The next girl I really like her chart. Ayaka Fourier plus 1225. Capricorn Sun, Midheaven and Mercury. Scorpio Moon, Aries Rising and Jupiter, Sagittarius Venus, Aquarius Mars. The Sag Venus is a little worrying because of all the Pisces, but again, Venus hits Aries on Friday, which is a fellow fire sign. Sag and Aries are like two peas in a pod. So, and she's an Aries Rising and Jupiter. On top of the Cap stuff, which gets a career boost from the Libra, and she's a Scorpio Moon, which that will be her own Scorpio Moon coming into the play over the weekend. And the Aquarius Mars is big time. So I really like Ayaka Fourier, okay? The next girl I like, and apologize if I say this wrong, it's Yumin Huang, plus 1450. She's an Aries Sun, Scorpio Moon, Gemini rising, Pisces midheaven and Venus, Taurus Mercury, Capricorn Mars, Leo Jupiter. The Leo Jupiter is the only thing that worries me because Leo and Scorpio don't love each other too much, but she's a Scorpio moon. The Gemini and the Pisces stuff in her chart, it's looking good, okay? So Yumin Huang, watch out for her. Next girl I like is Ronning Yin, who I did not write down her number. Okay, she's plus 1,500. So that's a pretty good number. She's been struggling a little bit so far this year, but I think she's starting to find it. She's a Libra sun and Mercury. She's a Gemini moon, a lot of air. Aries rising, Capricorn midheaven. Big time for that Libra stuff coming in. Scorpio Venus, that's the big one I'm looking for. Virgo Mars, Leo Jupiter. I don't love the Leo Jupiter, but Ronning In is a big time name, I guess, in this field, despite the play. She hasn't been playing great lately, but plus 1,500 with the Libra, the Gemini, the Capricorn, the Scorpio stuff. She's another player I expect to be in the mix, okay? 4 more. Lindy Duncan, who played really well last week, plus 2,700. I never heard of her until last week, even though I think she's been around for a while. Capricorn Sun, Rising, and Mercury. Aquarius Moon and Venus. Taurus Mars, and a Leo Jupiter. Why are all of these girls Leo Jupiters? I don't understand. It doesn't matter. But she's coming off a really good week. I just don't think she's going to slow down, especially with all the Cap and the Aquarius. Those were the big two, really. Libra midheaven. It's worth a chance. Lindy Duncan plus 2,700, okay? This next girl, never heard of her as well, but the chart is stellar. Erica Hara. Believe she's Japanese. Plus 4,100. Aquarius Sun and Moon. Libra rising. Cancer midheaven. Pisces Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Aries Jupiter. Aquarius, Libra, Cancer, Pisces. Sign me up. That's all I needed to hear. We're moving on. Next two, the next one is Jenny Shin at plus 5,100. Libra Sun and Mercury, Aquarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising, Virgo Midheaven and Jupiter, Scorpio Venus, Cancer Mars. Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer. It's enough to be in the mix. The Sag Virgo stuff's worrying, but I think everything else should be fine for her. Okay, and the last girl I like is Perrine Delacour. I believe she is French, plus 6,900. Aries Sun, Aquarius Moon, Cancer Rising, Pisces Midheaven, Mercury and Mars, Taurus Venus, Scorpio Jupiter. That's a really solid chart. Scorpio Jupiter is big time. Jupiter has to do with like luck and abundance and just belief, I guess. And when it aligns with what the moon is going in on this weekend, that should be a big time on top of her Aquarius Moon being lit up career-wise by the Scorpio. So I like that. Perrine Delacour, Jenny Shin, Erica Hara, Lindy Duncan, Ronning Yin, Yumin Wang, Ayaka Fourier, and Alim Kim. Those are my outrights. Top 5, I'm going to take a little bit of a longer shot on Erica Hara, whose chart I really liked, at plus 840. That's a good number. Top 5, though, okay? And then the other girl I like is Ayaka Fourier at plus 290. Maybe both of them hit. That'd be amazing. If one of them hits, that's all I need. Okay, top 10. I'm going also Erica Hara, plus 385. It's kind of as like a floor. I think that should be the floor this week for her. We'll see. And then I also like Ayaka Fourier at plus 142. And I also like Alim Kim at plus 150. Okay, pretty chalky, but, sometimes, most of the time, chalk usually hits. We'll see. Okay, top 20. Perrine Delacour at plus 230. I like that a lot. And also Jenny Shin at plus 192. Those are all I'm taking in the top 20. 3 first-round leaders, and then we're moving on to live. I'm going to go Lindy Duncan at plus 4,400. Again, this is going to be more Libra moon focused because that's what it is tomorrow. And Lindy's got all the Capricorn and Aquarius and a Libra midheaven. That's big time. I think she's going to be one of the first-round leader contenders, okay? And then also I'm going to go Erica Hara just because I think if she's going to have a great week, she should have a good start. She's plus 4,400 as well in the first round. But with the Aquarius moons and sun and also her Libra rising, it's worth the risk. I like that. And then also Ronning Yin at plus 2,800 just because she's got the Libra, the Cap, the Gemini. And this is kind of the field where I hope she feels like she should be at the top despite the rough start she's had so far. I could see her coming out strong, okay? So Lindy Duncan, Erica Hara, and Ronning Yin are my first-round leader picks, all right? We are moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to Live Hong Kong. We are at 24, I'll just call it Okay, so we're talking about Live now. Live Hong Kong. They start tomorrow as well. Let me pull up those numbers. Okay, yeah, they start tomorrow night at 9:15 p.m. Okay, so Libra Moon will well be on its way. There's only like, frick, I always forget how many there are, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one kind of longer shot. It's a little over my limit, but we're high on the profit. I'm going crazy right now. If you want to stop right here and there though, and single bullet John Rahm at plus 300, I don't blame you. I might do that. There was no winner without market that I saw. I would have definitely just took him and then took all my other guys in the without. But I don't see a without John Rahm market. So we'll take him. Probably going to go a little heavy on units, probably like multiple units on him just because of the numbers that low. But you're telling me Scorpio, he's got a Scorpio Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. Capricorn rising, Aquarius, Moon, Libra, midheaven, and a Leo Mars. The Leo Mars is the only thing that gives me a little worry, but with Venus and Aries, I'm hoping there's some sort of synchronization there. But Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra, that's all I needed to see. John Rahm, especially after the well, he lost to Anthony Kim, and it was great for Anthony Kim, but I think John Rahm's out for revenge. I think he's going to get it this week. So if you want to stop right there, be my guest. I do believe he should win it, and if not, at least be a top fiver. For sure, top fiver. We'll get to that in a minute. The other guys I like, though, I want to talk about them. I do like Joaquin Niemann at plus 2,000, who also has kind of been all over the place, but he's a Scorpio Sun, Mars, and Midheaven, Cancer Moon, Sagittarius Mercury, Virgo Rising, Pisces Jupiter. It's a great chart, but it goes with everything. The Libra Moon might give him a little interesting. He might have a roughish start, not a roughish start, but not like a fast start, but he might be like a mid-tier start. But I could see him surging over the weekend with all that Scorpio and Aquarius in his chart. So, why is it? Yeah, Virgo. No, he's Aquarius rising. Anyway, so I like Joaquin Niemann as well. Okay, the next guy I also like is Thomas Detry, who this guy's a hit or a miss. Capricorn Sun, Mercury in Midheaven, Libra Moon and Jupiter. That's great for the first 2 days for sure. Aries rising, Pisces Venus, and Cancer Mars. So he's got the water in the chart we need. There's just not like a definitive career house thing in his chart for Scorpio. There is the Capricorn and the Libra though for the first 2 days. So he's one of my first round leader guys, but we'll get to that in a minute. But if he comes out strong, he should be in the mix. But again, I still like Joaquin and Rahm way better than him. Okay. I'm also going to mention Sergio Garcia. I don't think I'm going to take him after kind of thinking about it. He's Capricorn Sun, Mercury, Libra Moon, similar to Detry, and then he's a Scorpio rising and a Leo midheaven. The Leo midheaven is where I kind of get worried, but he's an Aquarius Venus. That's big time for the Scorpio Moon to get boosted career-wise, and also Virgo Mars and Jupiter. Can Sergio Garcia beat John Rahm or Joaquin Niemann? Yeah, he could, but I still like those other two guys better. So I don't know if I'm going to take Sergio. I just want to talk about him. Okay, I will take this guy, though. Thomas Pieters at plus 3,700. Aquarius Sun and Midheaven. Scorpio Moon, Taurus Rising, Capricorn Mercury, Venus, and Mars, Virgo Jupiter. He's got the Aquarius, he's got the Scorpio, he's got the Capricorn. I really, really think Thomas Pieters should have a stellar week, okay? I'm also going to talk about Mark Leishman, plus 4,200. Scorpio Sun and Midheaven. Taurus Moon, Aquarius Rising. It's actually similar to Pieters. They both have the same three. But he's also a Libra Mercury, Virgo Venus and Mars, Sagittarius Jupiter. Leishman's like a grinder. He's always kind of in the mix, but can he beat the other guys we just talked about? I don't know, okay? And then I'm going to talk about, I like Taylor Gooch as well, because he's similar chart to John Rahm, plus 5,300, good number. Scorpio Sun and Mars, Aquarius Moon, Capricorn Rising, Libra Midheaven and Venus, Sagittarius Mercury, Jupiter Virgo. Just with the Scorpio Aquarius Cap stuff, and the Libra Midheaven, I feel like, Taylor Gooch could definitely win this tournament. So consider Taylor Gooch. I'm going to take him just in case, because his chart is too good, okay? One sec, my camera is going to... Okay, we're back. My camera only records for 30 minutes at a time. It's so annoying. but we're back. Okay, continuing on. Just talked about Taylor Gooch. Now we're going to talk about Louis Oosthuizen. Plus 6,500. Libra Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Midheaven. Perfect. Scorpio Moon and Jupiter. Perfect. Sag Mars, Cap Rising. The Sag Mars is a little worrying, but the Cap Rising boosted by the Libra on top of all the Libra in his chart. Scorpio Moon. Louis should have a good week, okay? That's a good chart too, man. Maybe I might have to... Well, I'm going to take him outright for sure, but that's a really good chart. Anyway, last guy I like is Lori Cantor. Plus 9,800. This is kind of the longer shot I was talking about. I have. But Scorpio Sun and Mercury, Capricorn Moon and Rising, Virgo Midheaven, Sagittarius Venus, Libra Mars, Cancer Jupiter. There's not a bad thing in this chart, minus the Virgo Midheaven, which is, it's not bad, but it's not like stellar. The Sag Venus should be lit up by the Aries Venus on Friday. And then everything else in this chart looks great. So watch out for Lori Cantor, okay? So Rom, Joaquin Neiman, Thomas Detry, Thomas Pieters, Mark Leishman, Taylor Gooch, Louis Oosthuizen, and Lori Cantor. Those are my outrights. Top 5. John Rahm at minus 146. It's so chalky, but like it's going to be the lock of the week, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I'm also going to take Thomas Pieters at plus 580 in the top 5 because his chart is so good. So watch out for those two. Top 10, I'm also going to take Thomas Pieters at plus 240 as kind of like the floor. I'm also going to take Joaquin Neiman at plus 164. I'm going to take Taylor Gooch at plus 305. Okay, so Gooch, Neiman, and Pieters in the top 10 are my boys. And then top 20, I'm going to go Lori Cantor at plus 166. I'm going to go Louis Oosthuizen at plus 120. And I'm going to sneak in Bubba Watson at plus 176, who I've not talked about. I don't have his chart pulled up, but he's got Scorpio and Aquarius in his chart, and I think he does have some Capricorn in there. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's enough to sneak in for a top 20 this week, okay? First round leader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. Sprinkle units on these. I don't go crazy on first round leader if you've never listened to the show before. So proceed with caution on these. But I really like John Rahm at plus 870 because he's got the Libra Midheaven and the Capricorn Rising. That should pretty much be a no-brainer. Thomas Detry at plus 3,200 with the Capricorn and the Libra stuff is really good to me as well. Tyrrell Hatton at plus 2,100 caught my eye because he does have Libra and Capricorn in his chart as well. I don't think he's going to win it, so I'd rather have him in the first round than not. And then Thomas Pieters at plus 3,300 just because he does have the Capricorn, Mercury, Venus, and Mars on top of his Aquarius stuff. That's a great combination. And then Louis Oosthuizen, who we just talked about, plus 4,600 in the top to be the first round leader with all the Libra in his chart and a Capricorn rising. First round leader is going to be lit. And then also like Taylor Gooch for the same reasons I like John Rahm. He's got the Aquarius, the Capricorn, and the Libra midheaven. And then Lori Cantor at plus 5,400 because he's got this Capricorn moon and rising of Libra Mars as well. Dude, I really feel confident in all of these first-round leader guys. So Rahm, Detry, Hatton, Pieters, Oosthuizen, Gooch, and Cantor are my first-round leader guys, okay? Now that wraps up Live. We're going to move on to the DP World Tour, the Joburg Open. Write down my little timestamps for y'all. All right. DP World Tour, Joburg Open. We are on a roll. 2 weeks in a row, we've got Casey Jarvis. And believe it or not, I'm not taking Casey Jarvis this week. I think he's hit his max, for now at least. He's probably going to win again in the future, but I don't think he can go 3 weeks in a row. I'm just going to go off on a limb and say that, okay? But I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys, which is about 10% of the field, I'm pretty sure. I think there's only like 120 something in this field. Don't quote me on that. Okay, Joburg Open. I have to go with some heavy favorites. I feel like it's a heavy favorites kind of week, okay? So I'm going to go Jaden Shaper at plus 990. Ugh, don't love it. But he's a Pisces Sun, Scorpio Moon, Cancer Rising. Those are all three of the water signs. With all the water in the sky, he's in Aries, Midheaven, and Venus. Venus is going to be in Aries, by the way, on Friday. So that's his own Venus sign. That's huge. And it'll light up his midheaven. And then Aquarius Mercury. So he's got the Scorpio, or the Aquarius 10th house recipient of the Scorpio moon. Sagittarius, Mars, Gemini, Jupiter. I feel like he's going to be in the mix. He kind of had a disappointing week or two, recently, but I think this is the time Jaden Shaper shows up, okay? Next guy is Patrick Reed, plus 1,200. When I didn't take Reed the last time under Scorpio moon, he won it, which was like a month ago or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. I think it was a month ago. He's plus 1,200. Leo sun, I don't love that, but he's an Aquarius moon, which gets the Scorpio moon career boost. Libra rising, that's great, but the Libra moon, Cancer, midheaven, Venus, and Jupiter goes great with Scorpio. Virgo, Mercury, Taurus, Mars is fine. It's kind of a heavy favorites week, I feel like, for the DP World Tour, so I got to mention those guys. And then right below him is Henny Duplessis, plus 1,300, who we've also been on recently. Libra sun, Mercury, and midheaven. Capricorn rising of Jupiter, Scorpio moon, Virgo, Venus, Leo, Mars. He's playing too good not to keep him going. So I had to add Henny Duplessis, all right? Next guy I like is Callum Hill, plus 3,200, who's also been playing pretty well this last month. Scorpio, sun, moon, midheaven, Venus, and Jupiter. All the Scorpio, you guys. Sagittarius rising, Libra, Mercury, Leo, Mars. That stuff worries me a little bit, but all that Scorpio in his chart, I have to go right back to him, okay? Next guy I like is Alejandro Del Rey at plus 3,500. Aquarius sun and Mercury, Libra moon, Gemini rising, Pisces midheaven, Mars and Jupiter, Capricorn Venus. Yeah, that's a great chart, especially for first round leader, which I do have him down below. But he does have a good chart for that Scorpio moon when it comes in on the weekend, okay? Next guy is Daniel Von Tonder at plus 3,900. Pisces sun midheaven, Aquarius moon, Aries Mercury Venus, another Aries Venus guy. Cancer rising, which gets a boost from Aries. Gemini Mars gets a boost from Pisces stuff all month long. Leo Jupiter, I don't love that, but everything else is fantastic. So watch out for Daniel Van Tonder. I also like Antoine Rosner at plus 4,100. You can't keep me away from Antoine Rosner. I think I've bet him every single tournament so far, like the last month. But he's got the great chart, guys. Aquarius sun, Scorpio moon. Those are two of what we're looking for. Gemini rising, Pisces midheaven, and Mercury. Aries Venus as well. He's in Aries Venus. That's where it's going to be on Friday. Cancer Mars, Libra Jupiter. This might be Antoine Rosner's week, ladies and gentlemen. This might be his week. I really like Antoine Rosner. Next guy is Jacques Kreuzvich. I don't really know how to say his last name, but he's plus 6,100. He's a Libra sun and Jupiter. He's a Gemini moon and midheaven. He's a Virgo rising, Scorpio, Mercury, and Venus, Cancer, Mars. Stellar chart all throughout. The Libra, the Scorpio, the Cancer, the Gemini. Watch out for Kreuzvich, okay? 3 more. Eddie Pepperell, who played really well last week, plus 6,700. Aquarius, sun, Venus, and midheaven, huge. Taurus rising is okay. Aries moon, Capricorn, Mercury, Gemini, Mars, Leo, Jupiter. If he's played this well up to this point, he's got to keep it going. That's how I see it. So with all that Aquarius in his chart, he definitely has a chance to win it. Last two. David Rovetto, also a French player, I believe, 9,800, plus 9,800. Gemini, sun, and Mercury, career month all month long. Libra moon, he's getting his own Libra moon. Cancer rising in Venus. Aries midheaven, Virgo, Mars, Aquarius, Jupiter. Gets a little bit of boost luck from the Jupiter Aquarius, which gets lit up career-wise by the Scorpio moon. Watch out for David Rovetto. That's a good look. And the last guy is Adrian Otaegui, plus 9,800 as well. Scorpio sun, midheaven, Libra moon and Jupiter, Aquarius rising, Sagittarius Mercury, Cancer Mars, and a Capricorn Venus, all right? Big time. So real quick, Shaper, Patrick Reed, Duplessis, Callum Hill, Alejandro Del Rey, Daniel Van Tonder, Antoine Rosner, Jacques Kreuzvich, Eddie Pepperell, David Rovetto, and Adrian Otaegui. Those are my guys I'm after this week, okay? Top 5, I'm going to go Jaden Shaper at plus 250. It's chalky, but it feels pretty safe, okay? Top 10, Patrick Reed at plus 148, also chalky. Alejandro Del Rey at plus 365 caught my eye. And then Antoine Rosner, plus 400. We're big on Rosner this week, so I like that a lot. Top 20, give me Daniel Von Tonder at plus 182. Jacques Kreuzvich at plus 240. And Adrian Otaegui at plus 320. Kind of had to reach a little bit for these top 20s because there's not huge field or whatever. So I like Von Tonder, Kreuzvich, and Otaegui in the top 20, okay? First round leader, I'm going to go Alejandro Del Rey at plus 4,600, who I think he was one of the first round leaders last week or 2 weeks ago. I forget. But he just has all that Libra in his chart, the Cap Venus. That's big time for the Libra moon on tomorrow. Okay. Also, Henny Duplessis at plus 2,800. Just the Libra, Midheaven, Sun, Mercury, and the Capricorn rising. That's huge for first round leader Wednesday. Okay. And the last guy who I've not talked about for first round leader is Francesco Laporta at plus 3,500. I'm not taking him outright, but I love his Libra, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Cancer, Moon, Gemini, Mars, Sag, Rising, Virgo, Midheaven as a potential first-round leader, okay? But I think Alejandro Del Rey has the best look. But again, I'm only taking 3 guys. Don't go crazy on those. First-round leaders are so hard to hit, okay? And then a couple more bets for the DP World Tour. Top continental European, I'm going to go Alejandro Del Rey at plus 1,200. And also Antoine Rosner at plus 1325. So either of those hits, those are basically another outright win right there, okay? Great numbers for Continental European, Del Rey, and Rosner. And then lastly, top South African, give me Jaden Shaper at plus 415. There's a lot of guys that could become the top South African, but I'm going to go with the chalk on this one, okay? All right. Yeah, that's 4 out of 6 tournaments. All right, we're moving along. Okay, we still have 2 more to go, the 2 big ones. I'm going to move on to the Puerto Rico Open next. Let me write down, what are we at, 41, about 41.30-ish, 35? Okay. Puerto Rico. This one should be fun. This should be more fun than the Arnold Palmer, but you never know, so don't quote me on that. I'm going a little crazy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys I like, and then I'm going to spread my last few units on the 3 long shots, okay? These are the kind of tournaments that anyone can win, you know? So I'm going crazy with we're killing it the last few weeks, not to brag. There's a lot of profit and I'm just going to keep it moving, okay? So I got to talk about Rasmus Højgaard first because I was big on him last week. And I think in this field, this is the field he should win. He's the favorite. He's plus 1050. Pisces Sun, Scorpio Moon, Cancer Rising, like Jaden Shaper. Aries Midheaven Venus, also like Jaden Shaper. I wonder if they were born around the same time. Aquarius Mercury, Sag Mars, Gemini Jupiter. If there's a week for Rasmus Højgaard to pop off, it should be this week. Okay, he just has all of the stuff we're looking for. His own Venus and Aries pops in on Friday. He does have some Aquarius in there for the 10th house Proust from the Scorpio Moon, and he is a Scorpio Moon. So there's too much not to like in that chart. So I had to go with Rasmus Højgaard. And then I also have to go with Davis Thompson at plus 1,800. He's a Gemini Sun, Mercury, and Midheaven, Aquarius Moon, Cancer Venus, Libra Mars, Aries Jupiter. Just too much Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Libra to not be in the mix this week. I do feel like Davis Thompson should definitely be a threat to win it. I'm also going to go, Michael Brennan at plus 2,500. Aquarius Sun and Venus, Capricorn Moon. I'm so sorry. There's this bug and it is bugging me and I'm going to get it. Okay, good. We got it. Okay. Back to the show. Michael Brennan, plus 2,500. Aquarius Sun and Venus, Capricorn Moon, Mercury and Midheaven, Aries Rising and Mars, Cancer Jupiter. Just the Aquarius and the Capricorn is all I needed to see. That's enough for me to take Michael Brennan, okay? This one I teeter-tottered with. He's always playing well, but I just can't. I've only seen him win one tournament that I know of. Adrien Dumont de Chassart, plus 3,200. Pisces Sun and Mercury, Capricorn Moon, Cancer Rising, Aries Midheaven and Mars, Aquarius Venus, Taurus Jupiter. I feel like he's going to be in the mix. That's all I have to say about that. All right, moving on. This guy I really like. Zicheng Do. Marty Do, as they call him, I think. Plus 3,200. Aquarius Sun, Midheaven and Jupiter. Cancer Moon. Taurus Rising, Capricorn Mercury and Venus. Libra Mars. That's a stellar chart to go along with all the transits in the sky this week, okay? So watch out for Marty Do. And then I'm also going to add John Perry at plus 3,300. He's been playing really well. Scorpio, Sun, Mercury, and Venus. Gemini, Moon. Big career month. Capricorn rising. Libra, midheaven. Career stuff. More career stuff. Aquarius, Mars. Pisces, Jupiter. John Perry is for sure one of my top plays this week, okay? Watch out for John Perry. This guy pisses me off because he's like never really plays as well as I want him to. But Ben Coles plus 4,300 is really interesting. Pisces, Sun, and Midheaven. Aquarius, Moon, and Mercury. Gemini rising. Cap, Venus, and Mars. Cancer, Jupiter. There's not one bad transit or not one bad placement in his chart. So I have to add Ben Coles. I'm also going to add Alston Eckra plus 4,300. Cap, Sun, and Mercury. Scorpio, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, Midheaven. Aquarius, Venus. Libra, Mars. Pisces, Jupiter. These are insane charts, you guys. Like, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle, especially with the Scorpio finish. Like, that's come from behind wins. That's playoffs. That's all that kind of stuff, okay? Watch out for Ekro. And then I also like Chan Kim at plus 5,600. Aries, Sun, Mercury, and Midheaven. Aquarius, Moon, Venus, and Mars, and a Cancer rising in Jupiter. I think he played pretty well last week as well. So I expect Chan Kim to definitely be right back in the mix. All right, and then I'm going to say Carson Young at plus 6,000. We're getting a little longer now. Scorpio, Sun, Mercury, rising in Venus. Pisces, Midheaven, and Moon. Leo, Mars. Jupiter, Scorpio. He's like all water with the one Leo, Mars fire placement. So that's essentially what the theme of the week is on the weekend at least. But I think Carson Young is gonna play well as well, okay? And then lastly, Jackson Suber at plus 7,600. Caught my eye as well. He's a Libra Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aries Rising, Scorpio Mercury, Virgo Venus, Capricorn Mars, and Midheaven. Taurus Jupiter. This guy always pops off, and he played really well at the beginning of last week, but I feel like this is a field he could definitely surge in, okay? Long shots, spread out your units, go a little micro on these, but I like Christo Lamprecht as well at plus 9,800. Aquarius Sun and Mercury, Aries Moon, Gemini Rising and Jupiter, Pisces Midheaven and Venus, Scorpio Mars. Dude, that's a stellar chart as well. Watch out for Lamprecht, okay? I also like Hank Lebioda at plus 10,000. Cap Sun, Venus, Mars, and Midheaven. Ton of Capricorn. Aquarius, Moon, and Mercury. Aries Rising, Scorpio, Jupiter. That Scorpio Jupiter stuff really grabs my eye, but he's also got the Aquarius and the Cap. Aries Rising to match up with the Aries Venus on Friday. Watch out for Hank Lebioda. Lastly, Paul Waring at plus 17,000 is probably the highest I'm going to go. Aquarius Sun and Mercury, Cancer Moon, Gemini Rising, Pisces Midheaven and Mars, Aries Venus, that's where Venus is going to be on Friday, and then a Capricorn Jupiter. So this guy, he can win tournaments. He won one on the DP World Tour last year against I want to say Rory was in the field. Don't quote me on that. Maybe he wasn't, but he's won tournaments. So that caught my eye, okay? Real quick, outrights, Rasmus Højgaard, Davis Thompson, Michael Brennan, ADDC, Zheng Do, John Perry, Ben Coles, Austin Eckroat, Chan Kim, Carson Young, Jackson Suber, and sprinkling Christo Lamprecht, Hank Lebioda, and Paul Waring. Those are my guys. Top 5, I'm going to go Rasmus Højgaard at plus 290. I'm going to go John Perry at plus 740. Top 10, I'm going to go John Perry at plus 345. I'm going to go Austin Eckroat at plus 440 and Chan Kim at plus 520. These are all just kind of throwing darts, see what sticks. You know what I'm saying? Top 20, I'm going Carson Young at plus 240. I'm going Eugenio Chikara at plus 270, who I did take off my outright list, and I might regret it. We'll see. He's got a lot of Aries and Scorpio in his chart, as well as a Cancer Rising and a Pisces, Mercury, and Venus. So we'll see how Eugenio does. But top 20 at plus 270, that makes sense to me. And then Christo Lamprecht at plus 375 to be the top 20 finish as well, okay? Top 30, I'm going to go Hank Lebioda at plus 196. I'm going to go Paul Waring at plus 310. Just because I do believe those two should play pretty well. So we'll see. Okay. First round leaders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, don't go crazy on first round leaders. These are just for fun. First round leader Thursday with the Libra Moon. John Perry at plus 4,700 with all of that Gemini, Capricorn, and the Libra Midheaven. Sign me up. Sign me up. I wrote down Camilo Villegas at plus 10,500 to be a first round leader. He's got Capricorn and Gemini in his chart, and I forget what else, but it was enough for me to be like, yeah, that sounds good to me. Here we go. Cap Sun, Midheaven, Aries Rising, Gemini Moon, Aquarius, Mercury, and Venus, Libra, Mars, Scorpio, Jupiter. Honestly, he's actually plus 23,000 in the outright market. Barring some miracle, I can't see him winning it, but he does have what we're looking for. So, Camilo Villegas, if he pops off early, maybe throw a little baby unit on that. But he's a potential first-round leader guy as well at a really good number, so watch out. And then also like Hank Lebioda at plus 8,400, just with all that Capricorn and Libra in his chart. I did write Nick Dunlap down at plus 7,200 for the first round because he does have Capricorn in his chart, which again gets lit up career-wise by the Libra stuff. So watch out for Nick Dunlap. And then I also wrote down Eric Van Rooyen at plus 6,800 in the first round because he is a Pisces Sun in Midheaven, a Capricorn Moon, Venus, and Mars, Gemini Rising. That's interesting to me. And then Ben Coles at plus 5,600 because he does have Aquarius and Capricorn in his chart as well as Gemini, which should all be synced up really well with the Libra stuff on Thursday. And then Davis Thompson at plus 3,400. He's a Libra Mars with all the Aquarius and stuff. Gemini in his chart. All should sync up very well. I wrote down ADDC at plus 4,300 because he is a Capricorn Moon. And is he a Capricorn? There's just Capricorn Moon. Aquarius Venus. So not as high on that one, but he has potential to pop off on Thursday. And then lastly, Jackson Suber at plus 6,600 just because he has the Cap and the Libra. That's pretty much what I'm targeting for Thursday. Okay, so first round leaders. John Perry, Villegas, Lebioda, Dunlap, Van Rooyen, Ben Coles, Davis Thompson, ADDC, and Jackson Suber are my plays for first round leader. Top UK/Ireland, John Perry at plus 250, I think should hit. And then I'm also going to take Paul Waring at plus 890 because, again, he's got a really good chart. And if he has a great week, then at least in the top UK/Ireland market, he could win that one, okay? So plus 890 for Paul Waring and John Perry at plus 250 in the top UK/Ireland market. And then top continental European, we're going to go Rasmus Højgaard plus 270. It's pretty safe. We'll see. And then double chance bets, I got two of them. This guy or this guy wins, right? Rasmus Højgaard or Ben Coles at plus 870. I love that. Or Davis Thompson or ADDC at plus 1250. All right? We'll see how those go. I've been hitting a couple of them the last few weeks, so we'll see. All right, that is Puerto Rico. We are now moving on to the last tournament, the most important tournament of them all. Arnold Palmer. Alrighty. Man, this is a long one, guys. I thought I was moving quickly too. Apologies, but I guess 6 freaking tournaments. What can you do? All right. So let's go through this as quick as possible. Get you all out of here. Is it a Scotty week? It very well could be a week. Any week could be a Scotty week. The Venus entering Aries worries me because that should light up his Cancer sun. He is a Virgo rising though, but he has a ton of Gemini as well in his chart, which again should in theory be lit up all month long by the Pisces stuff. But we saw him just have a bad start at the Genesis. He's had a lot of bad starts recently. And what I've noticed is Libra moons, when there's a tournament that starts with the Libra moon, he doesn't have a great start either. That could be my famous last words for all I know. We'll see. But I'm fading Scotty this week just because something doesn't seem right with him. And if he wins, I'll live with it. I'm not even going to go in the without market. I'm just going to go straight in the regular market. But if you want to go in the without market, be my guest. I don't blame you. But I'm not going to be stressed too much about Scotty. There's a lot of good players that I think could play really well. I'm also going to fade Rory. Rory, there's too much in his chart that I don't think it's his week. I've been hearing a lot of creators talk about Scotty versus Rory this week, potential showdown. I'm taking neither. That's just me. If we lose, we lose, whatever. I'm going to start my card at Tommy Fleetwood, though, at plus 1,800 because he's a Capricorn Sun and Mercury. He's a Pisces Moon, Taurus Rising and Mars, Aquarius Midheaven and Venus. That's the why I like him, and a Leo Jupiter. Tommy should 100% be in the mix with that chart. Also, I like Xander Schauffele at plus 2050. Scorpio Sun and Mercury and Mars. Ton of Scorpio. Pisces Moon, which is Pisces Scorpio is going to be what the sky is on the weekend. That's what Xander is. He's Capricorn rising and a Libra midheaven. That gets him first through the first 2 days, and he's a Venus, Libra Venus. No, I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong chart. Cap rising, Libra midheaven, Venus, and Jupiter. I was right about that. I think Xander Schauffele's going to have the best week so far of his year this week. And could he cap it off with a W? Very, very possible. Okay. Next guy I like is Colin Morikawa, who we missed out on the at Pebble, but we're going right back. We're gonna take him. Okay. He's Aquarius. He's plus 2,700. He's an Aquarius Sun, Moon, Venus, and Jupiter. That's the big receiver of the career boost this week because of the Scorpio. He's a Gemini rising. He's a Pisces midheaven all month long with all the water in the sky. It's his career time. Capricorn Mercury. There's some cap in there. And a Libra Mars. Dude, Colin Morikawa 100% should be in the mix. And we were on him last year at the Arnold Palmer, and he lost because freaking Hen God, Russell Henley chipped in that one on like 15 or 16, I forget, 17. It was annoying, but I think Colin wants his revenge. And coming off a W a couple weeks ago, I think he's going to be feeling good, okay? I also really like Hideki Matsuyama at plus 3,500. Pisces Sun, Mercury, and Midheaven. Sagittarius Moon, Gemini Rising, Aquarius Venus and Mars, Virgo Jupiter. The Sag Moon's the only thing that gives me a little worry, but when the Venus and Aries hits, that should vibe pretty well with him. But all the Aquarius and Venus and Mars in his chart, I think Hideki should be in the mix. And he was in the mix when the last time the Scorpio Moon happened at the WM Phoenix, which Chris Gotterup won, who I do also have. So we're kind of going back to similar picks with all those transits. So Hideki, I couldn't leave Hideki off. I also like Kurt Kitayama, plus 4,200. Cap Sun, Mercury, Libra Moon, and Jupiter. Taurus Rising, Aquarius, Midheaven, Pisces, Venus, Cancer, Mars. He played great at Genesis. Again, I can't see Kurt not playing well this week. That's why I had to write him down. I think I'm going to add Victor Hovland at plus 4,400. You can hear in my voice I'm not too excited about it, but he's a Virgo Sun and Mercury. He's an Aries Moon, but he's a Scorpio Rising, Venus, and Mars. That's why I added him. And an Aquarius Jupiter with a little bit of career luck in there. He does play well here. I would be upset if Victor won and we were not on him. All right. Then right below him, Chris Gotterup at plus 4,500. Cancer Sun, Libra Moon, Leo Mercury, Aquarius Midheaven, Venus Virgo, Scorpio Mars, Taurus Jupiter Rising. He won under Scorpio Moon already. He's having a great year. Why not continue taking him? I have to take him. It's too good not to, okay? Two more guys. I'm going to go Akshay Bhatia at plus 6,100. Aquarius Sun, Mercury, and Venus. All the Aquarius like Rafter, Gemini Rising, Pisces Midheaven, Virgo Moon, Aries Rising, Cancer Jupiter. He's just playing great. And again, another guy I don't want to leave off because all that Aquarius gets lit up by the Scorpio. So watch out for Akshay. And then I got one more plus a long shot. The last guy I like is Alex Noren at plus 7,200. I don't know what he's done so far this year, not much, but Cancer Sun, Mercury, and Midheaven, Pisces Moon, Libra Rising and Mars, Gemini Venus, Scorpio Jupiter. That's such a good chart, you guys. That's such a good chart. So I really like Alex Noren potentially to definitely win it. He could definitely win it, okay? And then my one long shot is a guy that I hit twice last year, both under Scorpio Moon. So anytime it's Scorpio Moon, I don't care how he's playing, despite he has been playing pretty well. I have to take this man. His name is Ryan Fox. Plus 14,000. Aquarius Sun and Mercury. That's why he wins under Scorpio Moons. Libra Moon. Aries Rising and Mars. Sagittarius Venus. Capricorn Midheaven. Pisces Jupiter. I would have taken him regardless, but even because he's been playing really pretty well this whole year, I definitely had to double down and take him. So watch out for Ryan Fox. Joel Damon and Bud Cauley I wrote down. I'm going to see how they come out. I'm not going to put anything initial on them, but Joel Damon's played great recently, but he's a Scorpio Sun, Cancer Moon, Cap Rising, Libra, Midheaven, and Mercury and Mars. Aries, Jupiter, Sag, Venus. It's a great chart. And Bud Cauley, plus 26,000. Pisces Sun and Mercury. Scorpio Moon, Cancer Rising and Jupiter. Aries, Midheaven, and Aquarius, Venus, and Mars, you guys. So Joel Damon and Bud Cauley have really solid charts, but again, this is an elite field. That's why I'm not going to initially take them, but we'll see how they come out after the first day or two, okay? I'm going to have to start a new video in 15 seconds, but I got top 5, top 10, top 20, top 30, double chance first round leader, and one head-to-head parlay, and we'll get out of here. So let me just do this real quick. All right. A couple more minutes and we're done, I promise. All right. Top 5. I'm going Tommy, plus 380. I'm going Xander at plus 430. And a little fun parlay. This is toughy, but I can see it. Colin and Xander both finishing in the top 5 at plus 3,000. Really like that. Top 10, I'm going to go Xander plus 198. I'm going to go Colin Morikawa at plus 240. And I'm going to combine Tommy and Colin to both finish in the top 10 at plus 670 parlay. All right. Top 20, Hideki at plus 120. Think that should hit. Kurt Kitayama plus 130. Also, I think should hit. Akshay Bhatia at plus 176. And then a little three-man parlay. Tommy, Xander, and Hideki all to finish in the top 20 at plus 475. All right. Top 30, I'm going to go Joel Damon at plus 190. He's just playing really well. I'm going to go Ryan Fox plus 168. I'm going to go Bud Cauley at plus 225. That's the risky one, but we'll see. Double chance bets. I got two of them. This guy or this guy. Tommy or Hideki at plus 1050. I like it. And then also Xander or Colin Morikawa to win it at plus 1250. I like it a lot. Okay, watch out for those two. Again, first round leader, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, don't go crazy on these. I throw micro units on these. I never try to go crazy, but I like Ryan Fox at plus 6,400 because of the Capricorn midheaven of his should be lit up by the Libra on top of all the air in his chart. It's a really good look. Xander at plus 2,500 might be my top play for first round leader just because he's a Capricorn rising and a Libra midheaven. That should look really good. I remember him winning the PGA a couple years ago under a Libra moon because his midheaven was Libra. So he plays well under Libra. I think Xander might be my top play of the week, to be honest with you, after just kind of talking about it out loud. But regardless, Tommy's really good as well. And I'm also going to take Tommy in the first round at plus 3,000 because of the Capricorn that he has in his chart as well as the Aquarius. Does he have Libra in his chart? No, but Capricorn, Taurus, Pisces, that's all I needed to see. I also like Colin Morikawa at plus 3,100 because I think he's just going to keep the momentum rolling. He does have some Capricorn in his chart, Capricorn Mercury, and a Libra Mars. That's what I really like about him being synced up with the moon in Libra on Thursday. I also like Joel Damon at plus 7,600. Similar reasons why I like him, why I like Xander, but he's got the Scorpio, he's got the Capricorn, and a Libra midheaven. And I think Joel Damon's a better starter than he is a finisher, but I had to take him in the first round. I also wrote down Keegan Bradley at plus 5,300, who I did leave off my outright list, just because he doesn't have any career sign stuff with Scorpio, but he does have a Capricorn Mars, and all the Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Midheaven of his should be lit up by that Libra Moon on Thursday, so I can see Keegan coming out and having a strong start. And then I wrote down Keith Mitchell, Mr. Thursday, at plus 4,800 just because he is a Capricorn Sun and an Aquarius Moon. And he's a Thursday guy, but I'm not too high on that one. And then I like Kurt Kitayama at plus 4,100, all the Cap and the Libra in his chart. And then also Chris Gotterup at plus 4,500 because I just feel like Gotterup has come out strong every single tournament lately. And he's always a solid first round guy. So, we'll see how that goes. So, Ryan Fox, Xander, Tommy Morikawa, Joel Damon, Keegan Bradley, Keith Mitchell, Kurt Kitayama, and Chris Gotterup are my first round leaders. And lastly but not least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doing a 5-man head-to-head parlay, just combining them all together. I'm not putting it individuals, but I do believe Colin Morikawa should beat Cam Young. Akshay Bhatia should beat Sepp Straka. Kurt Kitayama should beat Ludwig Aubert. Hideki should beat Jake Knapp, and Tommy should beat Rory. That's the risky one. But you put them all together, plus 2,200. So, not too crazy, but not too risky either, I think, besides the Tommy over Rory. But I do believe Tommy should have the better week. So, oh my God, we are done, ladies and gentlemen. We are an hour and 4 minutes into this. This is one of the longer episodes I've ever done. I try to make it as quick as possible. Apologies if it was too long, but if you listen to this whole thing, you deserve a medal. I appreciate you. Like I said, if you haven't liked and subscribed to my YouTube, please do, Stars and Pars. Give me a 5-star rating on Spotify. That really helps me out. Follow me there as well. I'm also on TikTok, stars.pars, stars.and.pars.po is the official name, but just look up Stars and Pars. You should find me. I'm also available on Gmail, starsandparspodcast@gmail.com for further questions or analysis you guys want me to talk about. But overall, that should do it. We're on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. I feel pretty good that we're going to hit something else this week. To go a little crazy, so, you manage your units wisely. Don't go crazy. Be smart with your money. And don't come after me with a pitchfork if I get any of these wrong, because I'm always wrong. But we also get a lot of right ones as well. Golf is the hardest sport in the world to bet, and we're doing pretty good in it. So trying to stay humble, but, recognizing that we've had some success and we're going to keep going. So that is the show. This is the Stars and Parts podcast where the golf betting meets astrology. My name is Evan, and I appreciate y'all for listening. We will see you guys next week. Take care.